So I'm going to be reading how the Passover was kept. So Jesus would have done this too, and he did. All right. Now the Lord spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai. Excuse me. In the first month of the second year after they had come out of the land of Egypt, saying, "Let the children of Israel keep the Passover at its appointed time. On the 14th day of the month, at twilight, you shall keep it at its appointed time. According to all its rites and ceremonies you shall keep it." So Moses told the children of Israel that they should keep the Passover. And they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month, at twilight, in the wilderness of Sinai, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. So the children of Israel did. Now there were certain men who were defiled by a human corpse, so they could not keep the Passover on that day. And they came before Moses and Aaron that day. And those men said to him, "We become defiled by a human corpse. Why are we kept from presenting the offering of the Lord at its appointed time among the children of Israel?" And Moses said to them, "Stand still, that I might hear what the Lord will command concerning you." So Moses was like, let me check it out, see what God says about it. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel, saying, if any one of you or your posterity is unclean because of a corpse, or is far away on a journey, he may still keep the Lord's Passover." So God said, if this is the situation, they can still keep it. It's okay. On the 14th day of the second month, at twilight, they may keep it. They shall eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. They shall leave none of it until morning, nor break any of its bones. According to all the ordinances of the Passover, they shall keep it. But the man who is clean and is not on a journey and ceases to keep the Passover, so they have no excuse, okay? That same person shall be cut off from among his people, because he did not bring the offering of the Lord at its appointed time. That man shall bear his sin. So, and that's the reason why Jesus, he did the Passover, okay? And if a stranger dwells among you and would keep the Lord's Passover, he must do so according to the rite of the Passover and according to its ceremony. Okay, so if a stranger said, "Hey, I want to do this too," they had to do it exactly like the Israelites did, so. Yes, Pumpkin? What?
What are you doing?
I'm doing my video.
Did you just pause it?
No.
Oh.
They can hear your cute little voice. What do you want?
If you're doing your video, you might not want to know.
Okay, well, let me pause this. Okay. You shall have one ordinance both for the stranger and the native of the land. Ah! Now on the day that the tabernacle was raised up, the cloud covered the tabernacle, the tent of the testimony, from evening till morning. It was above the tabernacle like the appearance of fire. Yeah. So it was always the cloud covered it by day, and the appearance of fire by night.
Like Felix.
What? I can't hear you.
Feels a fire in my heart in one of our songs.
Oh, you're right. High five. She's talking about a song. A good song, huh, Annika? Fields of Fire.
I didn't say Fields of Fire, but something.
Yeah.
That reminds me of your Bible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because God's like a fire. Whenever the cloud was taken up from above the tabernacle,
and
after that...
inside the old times, there was little meadow thingy on their arms. That is like we do in one of our songs. It's like breaking the metal.
You're right. Kind of like your jingle bells?
Actually, they're not a bracelet.
Oh.
But I got them in for good use.
Well, I like that. I think it's neat you're learning about the culture and stuff, Annika. After that, the children of Israel would journey, and in the place where the cloud settled, There the children of Israel would pitch their tents. So that's where they stayed. At the command of the Lord, the children of Israel would journey, and at the command of the Lord, they would camp. You said that. As long as the clouds stayed above the tabernacle, they remained in camp.
Stop.
Sorry. Even when the cloud continued long, many days above the tabernacle, the children of Israel kept the charge of the Lord and did not journey. So it was, when the cloud was above the tabernacle a few days.
Mom, the camera is like a mirror.
It is a little bit.
Because whenever I do this,
You
I
can
can see
yourself.
it. And that's like a mirror.
You're right. So it was, when the cloud was above the tabernacle a few days, according to the command of the Lord, they would remain encamped, and according to the command of the Lord, they would journey. So it was, when the cloud remained only from evening till morning, when the cloud was taken up in the morning, then they would journey, whether by day or by night. Whenever the cloud was taken up, they would journey. So God was the signal. He'd say, let's go, or let's stay. Whether it was 2 days, a month, or a year that the cloud remained above the tabernacle, the children of Israel would remain encamped and not journey. But when it was taken up, they would journey. So they were nomadic. And I can kind of relate to that because my parents were military, so I was nomadic. At the command of the Lord, they remained encamped, and at the command of the Lord, they journeyed. They kept the charge of the Lord at the command of the Lord by the hand of Moses.
Did the babies get held?
Yep, the babies got held. Back then they had kind of like a little backpack that they would put their babies in. You ever see those? Or they had a little sling in the front. They put the babies in. They could still use their arm and they'd carry them.
Oh.
And until they learned how to walk, and then they would walk with them. And if they got tired, the mommies would carry them or daddies would carry them. Just like when you were little.
Speaking about tiredness, I'm really tired.
Oh, you want to go take a nap in your bed? In my bed? Okay. Well, we're going to take a nap. So, bye, Facebookers and YouTubers.